Hi, this is Steven from Just Got Played, and today we're going to unbox Obsession by Dan Halligan from his publishing label, Kayenta Games. This is the second edition, which I was gifted. I appreciate that. So the game plays 1 to 4 players, 30 to 90 minutes, and ages 14 and up. You can see it's sort of a standard size game box, but it is on the thicker side, so it's about 3.5 inches deep there. All right, let's take a look at the back. So the game takes place in Derbyshire, which is in the East Midlands, I believe, of England. And so this is mid-19th century, and you've got sort of an estate that has run into disrepair, and but then you've gotten a large inheritance, and you want to try to rehabilitate the estate. And basically, you're going to score a bunch of victory points doing that. So, all right, let's get this open. All right, starting off with the rule book. That's always nice. Game components, always a useful reference. Looks like a detailed setup guide. Central area setup, all right. This is interesting, goal and flow of the game. So there's a chart here showing you how you can, basically the people where victory points came from people over the course of 48 games. So they just sort of studied that. So it gives you an idea of, where you can score points from. Talks about the round track, playing the game, using your servants. A bunch of the unique tiles, courtship and passing. There's a solitaire version, so that's explained here. In-game scoring and thematic background, favors. All right, and there's a little bit of a fact there. All right. So the game comes with a glossary, which is interesting. It's pretty thick. Table of contents. So I guess it's just explaining all the different cards and tiles in the game. There's the butler, which is one of the pieces. Fleur-de-lis. All right. Oh, just an interesting reference. So if you have a question about how any of the pieces work, I'm assuming it's going to be answered in this very detailed thing. All right, cool. Looks like scoring pads. Yeah, so there's a bunch of those. That's nice. Wow, look at that. Everything comes in its own little box. So I guess these are the different houses. All right, these are empty for now. Wessex, Cavendish, the House of York, Howard, Asquith. These are pretty nice quality, right? This is thick cardboard box, which is nice because, I don't treat my components that way, as you might have noticed. All right, what else we got in here? Oh, all right, well, let's go ahead and pull these open. I'm assuming these are just to store some of the common components. I don't know, I'll find out. That was the fleur-de-lis. This is the lion symbol. I think is used for reputation in the game. Ooh, a bunch of parts in there. All right, let's take a look at those parts. So there's a nice linen draw bag. It's a fairly large bag. I don't know how much stuff goes in here yet, but I don't know, it feels nice. Not the nicest quality bag I've ever handed a game, but pretty good. Here's a die. This is only used in the solitaire game. Looks like, what, I don't know, D20. Yeah, just a kind of standard D20. I like the coloring though. All right. These must be the different servants. All right, so these are the valets. So nice little wooden piece there. You have a lot more of these. These are the footmen. Right, so if you've watched a show like Downton Abbey, these are all the different people you would expect, the valets and the ladies' maids and the footmans. footman. There's the butler. There's an under butler in here somewhere too. This is the housekeeper. All right. Lady's maid. There are also pawns in here, the different colors. There's two pawns, a white and a purple. Okay. Yeah, there's the white pawn buried in there with the footman. All right, and okay, these are the under butlers. And okay, so there's a couple of under butlers, and these are reputation wheel markers. So on your player board, you know, every player has a reputation they have to track. Okay, so here's the Cavendish board. Nice, really thick piece of cardboard. I don't know how well that's coming through. There we go. All right, nice thick piece of cardboard. Here's the sort of central board, which tracks progress of the game. All right, and then these are organizers for you to organize the improvements that you build along your estate. So there'll be some tiles in here which represent buildings and things that you build in the estate. So there's 4 of those, 1 for each player, and then there's the different houses. Everybody gets a player board. Oh, all right. The builder's market board. It's a nice big, thick board, and that's pretty, you know, a nice countryside view of Derbyshire. All right, I'm going to pull these cards out and set them aside for a second. I want to look at these punch boards in here. All right. So these are the reputation markers that go inside the reputation wheel. Good thick cardboard. Feels like that component will stand up pretty well. We've got some, I guess, money. Yeah, these are coins. What are these? They're like 100 and 500 pounds or something. All right. And then now here's a bunch of the different buildings or improvements or whatever they're called. So we've got gardens, conservatories, a paddock, there's a gazebo. Yep, nice quality, right? And so you've got different types. They're designated by the color there. So these are sporting, where those were estate. So a lot of those. Again, easy to punch out too, so that's nice. We've got some service, so they're sporting and essential. A lot of different interesting rooms here. Very thematic. All right, largest wine cellar. Manor gargoyles. Cool. Monuments. All right, some more monuments and essentials as well. All right, now let's take a look at all of these cards we have here. All right, so there's a whole, one of the things that you do is you build a deck of English gentry, and the gentry are represented by these cards. So let me get these open, and we can take a look at some of these. So that says Ponsonby family, so this must be one of the family starting cards. I believe there's a different image for every single one for thematic reasons. So again, these are different family ones. The Fairchild cards are special. You're trying to sort of court the 2 Fairchild children. So there they are, the Fairchild. And then you have just a bunch of different gentry that come out in the game. The Marquess of Kent, nice. Yep, and so you're going to build a deck of these sort of visitors to your estate. All right, there's another deck of these. Let me get that open. And, you know, I haven't played the game, so I don't know if essentially all the cards come out in one game or not. There's so many here, I would assume that maybe not. But I'll find out when I play. All right, some more Gentry. These are divided into different types. I mean, there's casual guests and prestige guests and starter guests. I'm not sure how to determine which one is which at the moment. All right, so in Solitaire, there's a 1 AI card. There's some Solitaire opponent cards. Looks like they're expert, beginner, intermediate, etc. So that's interesting. These are all high quality cards, by the way. I didn't mention that before, but they're all, you know, to me, they feel, not only do they look good, but they feel like they would stand up to some abuse. All right, we've got two-sided player aids explaining some of the symbology and what the different workers do, servants. Cheat sheet explaining the flow chart of the game and special actions. That's cool. And then some more, just, you know, one for each player cards here. All right, we got a couple more cards here. All right, so there's some objective cards. So let's get that open and take a look at those. This game is, I think, considered medium, maybe medium to heavy weight. So if you're curious about how complicated it is, that's a guide you can use. So these are objective cards. So bonuses, victory point bonuses for different things. There's a nice variety of these. I think there's 30 of them. Yeah. All right, and then we have these victory point cards. All right. So let me get those open here. There's also 30 of these, it appears. All right. So they all seem to have, well, there's a Fairchild card. Oh, looks like you can get points or reputation, points or money, points or maybe a new servant. So I'm not entirely sure what all of those mean, but it's interesting. All right, so these, I don't know why these are little tiny cards. Maybe they go on one of those boards. Is maybe why they're so small. All right, there you have it. Obsession, 19th century estate building in Derbyshire. So hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing. If you have any questions about the game, I'm going to be learning and playing it soon, so maybe I'll be able to answer those. But if not, hey, look, you can skip the reading and watch the tutorial. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by leaving a comment or hitting the like button. Until next time, have a good one.